All right, let's talk about breathing and more specifically diaphragmatic breathing. So a lot of times we either don't understand how we're supposed to do it or kind of the why behind it. So it just seems like we're wasting time going through a bunch of deep breathing. Two important things. One, we're going to deliver more oxygen to the system. So properly inflating and deflating the diaphragm, we're going to get more oxygen in. As endurance athletes, that's obviously going to be helpful. The second thing is going to be stability. So as we exhale, if we're properly exhaling, those muscles are going to provide a natural bracing mechanism, and then that's going to help out as we go through our swim, bike, and our run. So I'm going to give you a couple of techniques here so that you can get an idea of inflating the diaphragm, taking the breath in, as well as fully exhaling to get all of the air out of you. So think of it as belly breathing. A lot of times that's how we describe it versus chest breathing, or diaphragmatic breathing versus apical breathing. So we'll see people going these chest breathers, and they're never getting full inflation, deflation of the diaphragm. They're not getting as much oxygen in, and they're certainly not getting the stability component. So let's cover that part first. You can get something like a medicine ball, something with a little bit of weight to it, that's going to give you some physical feedback. And what we're going to do is simply put it on the abdomen, and as we go through a deep inhale through the nose, we want to see it go up, and then as we exhale, we want to see it go down. So possible, position yourself at about a 90-90. Position whatever you have just below the sternum, and then take a deep breath in through the nose. So if I'm breathing incorrectly, the ball moved very little. Most of that came from my chest. So that's chest breathing. What I want to do is make sure the ball is moving up. So we're going to go, and then the chest fills last. A lot of times I think of a pitcher of water. When you pour it in, you're going to see that water fill from the bottom going up. So make sure we bring it up. So that's our inhale. Now we're looking at the exhale. Easiest way to practice this, you're going to take a balloon, stick it in your mouth. You're not allowed to put your hands on it. And in 3 breaths, we want to see how big you can blow that balloon up. What you're going to notice is when you get to the end of that breath, when you're trying to exhale all of the air, everything through your midsection is going to tighten up. And that's that natural bracing mechanism I was talking about. So we want to make sure as we take the breath in, we're going through the belly or through the diaphragm. That's going to rise first. And as we exhale, we want to get every single bit of the air out of the system so that we get that nice contraction through the midsection. And then that's naturally going to follow us into our regular activities. Another little side note, when we go through breathing in through the nose, the reason that's important, one, you have those nose hairs, it's helping to filter things so you don't get as many of those particulates going down into your lungs. Second thing, it's going to warm the air as it goes through your nasal passages. It's a little bit nicer on the lungs. If you've had to run in extremely cold weather, you know what I mean. All that air going straight in kind of hurts. And then the third thing is your nose produces small amounts of nitrous oxide. So part of it is it's an antimicrobial, but it's also going to help calm the system. So kind of think laughing gas. So if you do 4 or 5 deep breaths through the nose, out through the mouth, that little bit of euphoria, calm, whatever you want to call it, part of that is because we're getting into that parasympathetic system. So our fight or flight sympathetic system is we're up and going. Parasympathetic is bringing it all back down. So anytime we're trying to calm the system down, we're going to go through some nasal breathing. Part of the reason that works is we're getting that little bit of nitrous oxide there. So make sure your inhales go through the nose. We're inflating the diaphragm, so we want to see that rise. And then as we exhale, we want to get every bit of air out. So you're going to blow, 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 and you're going to feel those abdominal muscles tighten. So we're going to be incorporating this into some of the warm-up process just so that it's part of getting ready for a workout versus something standalone. But we want to make sure we get these breathing patterns nailed down properly, and it's going to help you a lot with your swim, bike, and run.